after watching the hilarity that was Tulsa, I went and saw Cutthroat City, another movie I had never heard of until about a week ago. But I was kind of curious about this one because it didn't had a really hell of a big cast, a really good talented cast, and it was directed by the RZA. The RZA. I just love saying that. We have a director named RZA. I know he's like, was it a rap artist or a hip hop artist? I don't fucking know. I never listened to any of his music, but I know he's been directing for a while now. And this is actually the first movie of his I've actually gotten to see. I never got to see like The Man in Iron Fist or anything like that. I heard that was just okay. But yeah, this movie had a pretty decent plot. It was like from what I read, and the trailers looked fine for it. Like I said, it had a talented cast that caught my eye, and this is one of those movies that after watching Tulsa, I'm not gonna have in reviewing Tulsa. It's gonna be kind of disappointing and let down after reviewing Tulsa because this really is a movie that I have not much to talk about with this because it's an okay movie. It's a movie that it was nothing really bad about it. It was a movie I couldn't get that much into it. I can't say it's a bad movie. It's just an okay movie. It's one of those movies that I tried to get into it and I just couldn't. I don't know if it was because I was in pain because at this time I was fucking right after I sprained my ankle and I'm trying to keep it from it's obviously swelling and hurting like hell at this point. But even then, this movie. It's not bad. The acting in this movie is really good. It is really fucking good. Especially after watching Tulsa, the acting in this movie is way fucking better. The four leads, they're like this group of friends that are like these. They live. If you don't know the story, it's these group of friends who live in New Orleans. The opening of the movie takes place right before Hurricane Katrina, and the majority of the movie takes place after Hurricane Katrina and the aftermath and what they have to deal with. They're living in one of the worst parts of New Orleans and where they're pretty much left on their own. And there's I think they even said at the end of the movie, it's the 9th district where a lot of people still don't even have electricity or water. That's fucking insane. And they're obviously having to, go and be drug dealers and have to live that kind of life, and it's not the greatest part of New Orleans, unfortunately, because of that. And the one main guy who I had to look up as I know I've seen him and stuff before. He was the guy who was the lead in that movie Dope that came out a few years ago. He also was the voice for Miles Morales in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, so cool. He is he's a really good actor. I really liked him a lot. He is really likable and relatable. He's a guy who dreams of being an artist who he's been drawing since he was in high school and he used to draw for the high school paper, and he's trying to sell his artwork to different places, but he's having trouble selling them, and so he kind of starts getting into the life of crime because of that with his buddies. Who also there's the guy who played Tupac. I recognize him as he played the character Miracle, who is the one of his buddies. There's also what was the other guy? The guy who was in the second season of the Purge TV show. He didn't last long in the movie though. He was the one character that didn't last very long. Who was the other guy? I know I recognized the other guy. I'm gonna look that up real quick. The white guy. Shit. What was his name? I can't remember. God damn it. No, that's not him. Damn it. I don't know, but yeah, there was a white friend, I can't remember, and like they all have really good chemistry together and really relatable. Like I said, they're in this tough situation where they have to, because they need money, and they're like about to lose a lot of their houses and stuff like that. They're have to go into the life of crime and have to work with this drug lord named Cousin, who's played by T.I., who is really fucking great in this movie. I really loved it in this movie. He was the best part of this fucking movie. His introduction in this movie is fantastic. I will never be able to hear the word walking the plank ever the same again, and ever see a raccoon again that's probably about the same without like having to like fucking hold my privates. I'm not even gonna explain. You have to see it for yourself. Holy shit, that was bad. God damn. Walking the plank. Fuck. That made me fucking cringe in the fucking movie theater. But yeah, he was awesome. Like this intimidating drug lord that kind of runs this ninth district. And you also have people like Wesley Snipes. Wesley fucking Snipes. It was nice seeing Wesley Snipes in a movie again. Who is the main guy's dad. Like, who's like a non-existent dad who just, left him and his mom. And he lives like in a shack in the woods in New Orleans, because of course it's Wesley Snipes. I almost didn't recognize Wesley Snipes. It's really nice seeing Wesley Snipes in something again, man. It was really cool. I'm like in a theatrical release. I was like, when's the last time I've seen him in something? He was fun in this movie. It was short. He's not very in this movie a lot, but it was fun seeing him. And you have Ethan Hawke, who plays a senator. What the fuck? Wasn't he a senator or something? I can't remember. Like he's a government official who the group of guys, they take down they rob a casino, and it's in his district, and he's not happy about it, and he's in this movie for majority of it because he's trying to find out what happened. Yeah, Terrence Howard pops up towards the end, at the very end of the movie as like another drug lord who's like also like a preacher. It's nice seeing Terrence Howard in something again too. Like I said, you got Terrence Howard, Wesley Snipes, like two guys that kind of have personalities that they're very hard to work with, but it's also nice. They're both very talented actors, so I both enjoyed both of them. So I'm glad to see both of them in something again. The movie, it didn't get me that interested. It's one of those movies. It was hard for me to keep my interest, especially towards the last half of this movie, where it just becomes really fucking convoluted. I don't know if I'm the only one who thought this movie became really too convoluted, or it was like you couldn't tell who the fuck was the good guy and the bad guy. If you were not paying attention, you would be fucking lost, because it's a lot of double crosses, triple crosses. This guy's a bad guy. There's government officials that are bad guys. There's cops that are bad guys. There's this guy. And like, dude, I'm like, who is a bad? And like, towards the end of this movie, they do a lot of bait and switches too, especially towards the end that made me really fucking go, huh? And there's a mid-credits scene where there's another bait and switch. I'm like, the hell? I almost left the theater and I saw there's a mid-credit scene that goes on for a fucking long time. Like, it was a really long mid-credit scene. I don't know if there was an end-credit scene. It was a really long one. It was a 5-minute. I'm not making that up. And it was like, okay, I was like, that was random. And then when there was like a big reveal at the end of it, I'm like, what the hell? Like, it was a movie that was kind of very convoluted. Also, I don't know if it's this movie's fault or the theater's fault. Like, the sound of this movie was terrible almost sometimes. Like, when the characters are talking, they're like kind of mumbling. I'm like, what the fuck are they saying? I had trouble sometimes. Like, I don't know if that's the movie itself or the quality of the fucking sound at the movie theater. That could be possible in the quality of sound. I'll still give this. It's one of those movies I would give this movie another chance and maybe watch it again. Maybe I just, wasn't like. Just maybe I wasn't in the right mood to see it. I don't know. And I was looking forward to it. It looked kind of awesome. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It wasn't that great. It was just okay. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? There's not really much else to talk about this movie. It's a mere rental, I guess. That's basically I would probably say it's a mere rental. Trailers, I did get one new trailer. Honest Thief, the new Liam Neeson action movie. It's really nice to see that Liam Neeson is kind of getting another movie, even despite some of the past actions and the past things he's said in the last couple years. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. I'm not going to explain it. I think most people know what I'm talking about. And it's also kind of weird seeing him, one of his movies being promoted in front of a mainly African American cast. Yeah, that's a little weird. But I love Liam Neeson, man. I want to give him a shot. What he said was stupid. It was very fucking stupid. I saw Cold Pursuit. I like Cold Pursuit. It was fun. I didn't get a chance to review it. But yeah, I like Cold Pursuit. I like Liam Neeson. I really do. I understand why people were mad. Because what he said was very fucking stupid. It was one of some things I couldn't even defend. That was pretty dumb. But other than that, this movie does look fun. It looks like Liam Neeson being Liam Neeson in an action movie again, where he's a bank robber who has been robbing for his whole life and has made millions of dollars off bank robberies. And he decides one day he fell in love with a woman and now wants to turn himself in to the FBI and give up all the money and so that he can get like a reduced sentence. And because of that, like, word goes out to like corrupt cops who try to take his money and kill him, but it backfires, and so he's on the run because it looks like he killed the cops. So yeah, it looked like a lot. It looks like a lot of fun. But yeah, that's as far as trailers. What's next week? The New Mutants. I know is for sure coming out next week. I hope. Like I said, at this point, I don't even know if the New Mutants will be coming out. I almost expect this movie will never come out. Like, something will happen, like Armageddon or something. The movie theater will blow up before that fucking movie comes out. Or the fucking, all the reels for this movie will blow up or something, or go missing or something. I don't know. Man, like, I just want to see if this movie is as bad as all this fucking drama that's been going on with this movie is worth. And then also I think we get the personal history of David Copperfield. I did see we were getting that. I remember getting a trailer for that. Looked pretty good. So yeah, that's as far as next week. And I don't know if there's anything else. But until then, I will talk to you guys later.